Hi boys and girls, what we're doing today, we're talking about the Dreamtime and what it actually is. See, that's a very personal thing because there's 600 totally different Aboriginal tribes in Australia. So that means 600 languages and at least 3,000 plus dialects inside those languages. So if one Aborigine tells you that's a Dreamtime, well, that's his opinion, and there's many, many different versions. So to me, I guess I could say the Dreamtime is never ending. It's what happened in the past, how things came to be. It's what's happening now and what is to happen in the future. A lot of people think the Dreamtime is how things were created, just like in other spiritual or religious beliefs. That's a good point too. You've got different stories. One that I can share with you is, and what I understand of the Dreamtime is how things came to be, is right at the start of creation, all the land, it was flat. And then out of the skies came what we call Guria or Guria, the Rainbow Serpent. And it was pregnant, or inside of its belly it had all of creation. And as it came down, first of all, it gave birth to the rivers and the lakes. And then it started creating the trees and the plants and eventually the animals, shaping the rivers, the waterways and the big mountains. And then eventually came the first human beings. And here to tell another version of what he thinks the Dreamtime story is my good friend and mentor, Tukabi.
Hello boys and girls, how are you today? That's good. We were all moulded in one part of the dreaming, or what we call the Jugrapa. We were all moulded from the earth. And we all gave Wongan. We all got speech, or Lila. We were given a song. And with that song came the medicine, and the medicine, the story for the country. And we believe that we come from the country because we were moulded, given birth from her. And when we finish up, or when we pass on, we go back to her. We become a part of her. So that's another way of talking about the dreaming. And the songs are very important. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And when you sing all the songs, you're putting all the little jigsaw puzzle together. And it becomes a big map, and the map is Australia.
See, before you had compass or you had fancy things like GPS, you only had songs. Now, when you hear and see Aboriginal people dancing and telling their stories and singing, you could tell pretty much from whereabouts in Australia they're from. For example, Yamawe Warengai, Yamawe Ware, Yamawe Warengai. They are the melodies of the ocean and the mountains in far north Queensland. My people, because the landscape moves like that. So like my brother Turtle, Tukabi, was saying, inside of the songs you have information. And inside of the songs, you might be told to stop here and make a camp. You might be told inside the songs that this is where you find food, this is where you find water, and this is where you find shelter. So if you know your language, then you know your song. If you know your song, you'll never get lost. You'll always find shelter. You'll always have food and water. So that is another small aspect of what the Dreamtime is. So now let's make sense of it all. This is a song from my grandma's people, and it's talking about Guria, or Guria, the Rainbow Serpent. And when I say the word Gunmali, it means to make. And I say Gunmali, Gabanyamba, we're going to make the sweet mother. Because that's what most people's idea of the Dreamtime is, how things started. Look at any different religion. It always talks about how things came to be. Okay, so we're going to tell a story about the Rainbow Serpent creating everything. And here's my good friend, Norm, on what we call Yidaki, commonly known as the didgeridoo. Now, this is Tukabi's version of a different creation song from a different part of Australia.